Good afternoon. I'm audible, right? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
मुझे आवाज नहीं आ रहा है. Okay. Okay. So we were discussing the operations on binary search tree in the previous session, and we had discussed insertion, deletion, searching, then algorithm for calculating height, number of nodes, total number of internal nodes, total number of external nodes, mirror image, and removing the tree. This was where we stopped yesterday, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So today we'll discuss two more algorithms, which is for finding the smallest node and finding the largest node in a particular tree. Okay. Now you people tell me, how will we find the smallest node in a tree? What is the logic? How will we find the smallest node in a particular tree? Left side का left side का सबसे left वाला node will be your smallest node in the tree. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am. See, if I draw a tree, like this, say 10, 20, 15, 5, 4, right? Where is the smallest node in your tree? Left side, right? So what is the logic that you're going to use? लेफ्ट साइड ट्रैवर्स करते जाना है जब तक हाँ जब तक आपका लेफ्ट साइड नल नहीं मिलता, राइट? व्हाट इज द एल्गोरिथम गोइंग टू बी? Look at the algorithm. If tree is null, that means you're trying to find the smallest node in a tree, and tree is null. Tree is null means tree में nodes ही है ही नहीं. Somebody is talking, please stop talking. Sir है. अच्छा. Sagar. Okay. So you're trying to find the smallest node in a tree, and if the tree is already empty, in that case you will return that tree is empty, right? You will return null. Otherwise, or tree of left is equal to null. If tree of left is equal to null, then also you are returning tree. In all other cases, what you are doing, you are just traversing left, left, left. So I'll draw the tree again here. Say if this is the tree, and you want to find the smallest element in the tree, you will begin from your root node. Now what will happen when you execute this first statement? Is tree null? Right now tree is pointing here, okay? Is tree null? No. Is tree's left side null? No. So which statement you will execute? You will come to the else part. What you are going to do in the else part? You are trying to find, you are calling the same function again on the left subtree, right? So that means what? You will come down to the left subtree. Now this is your tree. Your tree pointer is right now here. Again, is the tree null? Is the tree null? No. Is tree's left side null? No. So which statement you will execute? Else statement. You will again come down here. Now again you are checking. Is tree null? Tree is not null. Is tree's left side null? Yes. So that means what? Your traversal stops here. What are you returning? You are returning tree. That means you are returning this node. That what is tree of data? Tree of data is 3. That means 3 is the smallest value in the tree. Clear? Did everybody understand? I'm not getting response. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no. Then why I'm not getting response? Just a minute. I'm not getting their voice. अच्छा कोई कुछ बोल नहीं रहा है. Okay. What happened? Everybody is sleeping or sleepy? Azim? Azim respond. Azim just unmute yourself and respond. Azim, I'm audible, right?
No, ma'am, you are audible.
But still the volume is very less. I do not know why. Doesn't matter. Sampada, don't talk. Now tell me what will be the difference in the algorithm for finding largest element in the tree? कहाँ पे right? Here you will have, instead of tree of left is equal to null, you will have tree of right is equal to null. Why? Because where will your largest element be? Right side, right? See, if this is your tree, always the largest element will be your rightmost element, right? Yes. So where you will, in which direction you have to traverse? You have to traverse in the right subtree, right? Till you find the greatest element. So what will be this condition? This condition will be tree of right is equal to null, and you will be traversing in the right subtree only. So that is the only difference between the algorithm for smallest and largest. So in smallest, what you are doing? If tree is null, you will return tree. Or if tree's left subtree is null, then also you will return tree. That means this is the step using which you are actually finding the smallest element in your subtree. Otherwise, what? You will go on traversing left by calling the same function recursively. Similarly, for finding the largest node, you will traverse in the right subtree. So if tree is null, you will return tree. If tree is right is null, you will return tree. That means this is where you are finding the largest element. This is the code using which you are finding the largest element. So till you reach this scenario, you are going on traversing the downwards the right subtree by calling the find largest element recursively. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes.
Priyanshu, Prateek, somebody respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Unmute. Yes. Okay, fine. Okay. So these are the operations that you can
Ma'am,
perform on
can
a
you check the
binary
waiting
search tree.
zone?
Yes. So with that, we have completed the operations that we can perform on a binary search tree. So as I said, implementation, you will be having a look on your own. I have explained only the logic, the algorithm part. Implementation, you will take care of. Okay. Now we'll proceed to today's agenda, which is an application of tree, which is called as Huffman coding. Okay, this is a sure question for your university exam. So everybody take a notebook and pen and then sit. Sit with a notebook and pen. Because this is a numerical question. Okay, take a notebook and pen. Done? Okay. Now we'll try to understand what is Huffman coding. Okay. Huffman coding is an application of tree data structure. Okay. It's an application of tree data structure. It's a compression technique actually. Do you know what is meant by compression technique? Do you know what is meant by a compression technique?
पूरा ट्रैवल करने से अच्छा था एक लॉजिक दो
No? Okay. Now, before you understand Huffman, there are a few terminologies that you need to know. Path length, weighted path length. Path length you already know. We'll understand what is meant by weighted path length. Then we'll see what is the purpose of Huffman coding and what is meant by fixed length encoding and variable length encoding. Okay, then we'll proceed to the numerical example. So as I said, Huffman coding is a compression technique, or it is an entropy, you can say it's an entropy encoding technique. It means basically a compression technique, which was developed by a scientist, a person called as David Huffman. That is how the technique gets its name. So it's a lossless data compression technique. Lossless data compression technique means your data is not being lost. Okay. See, in algorithms like JPG compression, JPG is a lossy compression technique. When you do compression, some data from your image gets lost when you do JPG compression. So there are compression techniques which, when you compress some data, it loses some amount of irrelevant jo data hai, you lose that. And there are some compression techniques which makes your, which gives your entire data as intact after compression. So this Huffman technique is a lossless compression technique. It works based on a principle which is called as variable length encoding. Okay, so we'll understand what is meant by variable length encoding. Now, what Huffman algorithm does is, given a string, okay, given a string like any string like elephant, Malayalam, or computer engineering, any string, given a string, this technique encodes the most common characters using shorter strings of bits than those used for less common characters. Okay, that means if I want to say send a message engineering over a network, okay, I want to send this message over a network. So you know that every character will take up some amount of bits, right? हाँ, तो इसमें क्या हो रहा है? E is occurring how many times? E is occurring 3 times. Okay, that is your academic dean. Okay, so when sir returns, wish him. Okay. So E is your E is occurring 3 times. So when we are transmitting this message over a network, say each character takes 2 bits. Okay, if each character takes 2 bits, how many bits you will require to send this message? How many characters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 characters. So 11 into 2 bits. How many? 22 bits. So for sending this message over the network, I require 22 bits. And this technique which I am using is called as fixed length encoding. So what is fixed length encoding? Every character is taking up the same number of bits, okay, for storage or for transmission. That's fixed length encoding. Now what I'm going to do is, see, E is occurring 3 times. What if I apply a technique in such a way that the most frequently occurring characters, I'm giving them 1 bit, okay? I'm allocating only 1 bit, or they're taking up only 1 bit for transmission. So what will happen? The total number of bits that you're actually taking up reduces, right? Because E, which is the most frequently occurring character in my string, I'm allocating only 1 bit for that, right? So this is the principle that Huffman coding is going to use. It encodes the most common characters or most frequent characters using smaller number of bits, okay? And this technique is what is called as variable length encoding. So variable length means every character is taking up different number of bits. Fixed length encoding means every character is taking up same number of bits. Okay?
वेरिएबल
हाँ.
बिट कैसे
Variable and bit.
मतलब बिट शॉर्ट भी दे रहा है तो सबको ही शॉर्ट भी दे सकते हैं हाँ सबको
नहीं ऐसे नहीं दे सकते. I'll tell you. I'll explain. Okay. Now let's see how the algorithm is going to work. The algorithm works by creating a binary tree of nodes that are stored in an array. Okay. A node can be either a leaf node or an internal node. All the nodes in the tree are at the leaf level and they store the source character and its frequency of occurrence. Okay, if I say like this, you'll not understand. I'll demonstrate it with an example. Okay. Before we go to the example, you all know what is meant by path length, right? There is something called as internal path length and there is something called as external path length. Internal path length. So if you consider this tree, whatever is there in circles are your internal nodes and whatever is designated using squares are your external nodes. So Li is the path length of your internal nodes, Le is the path length of your external nodes. So so you get the Li as 12 and Le as 26. How did you arrive at these values 12 and 26? See, Li for root node path length is 0. For this first circle path length is 1. For this second node path length is 2. Correct? For this node path length is 1. For this node path length is 2. For this node path length is 3. For this node it is again 1, 2, 3. So you're just adding up the path length, you'll get the total internal path length. Similarly for external nodes, if you consider this external node, it is 1, 2, 3. For this node again it is 1, 2, 3. Right? For this node it is 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that you have to add up the path length of every individual external node. You will get the total path length of क्या?
2 plus 3. अच्छा हाँ वो पहले किया.
Huh? So this is how you calculate the path length, internal path length and external path length. Now in Huffman, the concept that we are going to use is weighted path length. Okay, not simple path length, weighted path length. Weighted path length matlab your every node is assigned a weight. Okay, every external or every leaf node is assigned a weight. These leaf nodes will be the characters in your message. अगर आपका engineering है, so these external nodes will be actually these characters E, N, G, R, etc. Whatever characters are there in your string, these external nodes will be those characters. And each of this character will have a weight associated with it. Now what is this weight? Weight is the frequency of occurrence of that character in the string. Okay. Now how do you calculate the weighted path length? How do you calculate the weighted path length? You can see here. You have some examples given for calculating the weighted path length. So how do you calculate the weighted path length? See what is being done over here. What is being done here? किस चीज से मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं? What is the weight here? What is the weight given here? 2. What is the path length? 1, 2, 3. So what we are doing? We are multiplying 2 into 3 plus अगला नोड लो, ये नोड कंसिडर करो 1, 2, 3. 3 into 3 plus 1, 2. 2 into 5. So you'll go on adding like this. What the sum that you get will be your weighted path length. That is how you estimate the weighted path length. Is it clear? Those who are attending online, is it clear? Are you getting it? Yes or no? Pratik?
Yes,
Okay. So what is weighted path length? Weight is the weight that you are assigning to the external node. Okay. So when you multiply the weight with the path length and then you sum it up, the total value that you are getting is the total weighted external path length. Okay. So that is how you calculated the weighted external path length. So in Huffman coding, we try to reduce the weighted path length of our tree. Good afternoon, sir. Okay. We'll directly go to the example so that you understand. All of you write this in your notebook. Hi there, where are we? Write the string in your notebook. Hi there, where are we? Not how are we, where are we? Write the string in your notebook. And then count the number of unique symbols in that string. Write the string, hi there, where are we, in your notebook. Okay, hi there, where are we, in your notebook, and count the number of unique characters in your string. So how many unique characters are there? How many unique characters are there?
मैम I और
7.
30.
7 ही है क्या?
मैम I और T यूनिक है.
यूनिक मतलब पूरे
मतलब उन लोग एक ही बार ऑफर कर रहे हैं.
नो नो नॉट लाइक दैट. काउंट.
अच्छा ओके.
हाँ, टोटल कैरेक्टर्स कितने हैं? ऐसा
7 है.
7 ही है. 7 है कि 8 है?
7 है.
Including space, okay? Space is also a character. Including
Then 8
space.
more.
Then 8, right? So, including space, we have 8 unique symbols in our string, okay? Now, if I'm using, so do one thing, you write down the characters like this, whatever characters are there in the alphabetic order, enlist them in a table, and in the next column, you count how many times that particular character is occurring. So the first column will be a symbol. Second column will be how many times that character is occurring in the string. Do that first in a table. First enlist the characters in alphabetical order. Last will be space. Okay. And then in the second column, write down the frequency of occurrence of these characters. Do it along with me. Okay. Now if I'm using fixed length encoding, what I'll be doing? I'll be encoding A as 000, T as 001, H as 010. You know the binary order, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So that means every character is taking up how many bits? Every character is taking up how many bits? 3 bits. I'm encoding A as 000. That means if I'm sending this message, what will I be encoding H as? मेरा message ऐसे जाएगा. H is 010. I is 011. Hi हो गया. अभी space का symbol code क्या है? 111. Okay. So hi space. Then it is T. T क्या है? 101. Then H क्या है? 010. Okay. So my message will go like this over the network. So that means every character is taking up 3 bits. Total how many characters are there in your message? 21 characters. That means total how many bits will take up? 21 into 3. Each character is taking up 3 bits. That means if I'm using fixed length encoding, I'll use 63 bits to transmit this message or to store this message. Now I don't want to waste these many number of bits. So I'm going to apply a compression technique which is called as Huffman coding. Okay, Huffman coding is not a fixed length encoding technique. It's a variable length encoding technique where it means every character will take up a different number of bits for encoding. Okay. So understood the difference between fixed length encoding and variable length encoding? Yes or no? Girls, nobody is there. Mitali, Anupama. Anupama is here. Janvi, respond.
Understood.
Okay. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, इतना आपने किया ना, इतना करके रखा आप लोगों ने. You have written this table, you have created this table.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. हाँ, अभी देखो. Now I am going to explain the steps in Huffman coding algorithm. What you are going to do is, you are going to sort the symbols according to their frequency. ये अभी आपने alphabetical order में लिखा है. Now you will sort them according to their frequency. Draw a new table and in such a way that it is sorted according to the frequency. Characters are sorted according to their frequency. Draw a new table and sort the characters according to their frequency. Draw a new table where the characters are sorted according to the frequency. अगर जिसका सबसे ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी वो सबसे नीचे आएगा. ओके, असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में. Done? Okay. So this first step in your algorithm is to sort the given symbols according to their frequency. Okay. Now, so this is the first step. So whatever steps I'm telling, you're going to repeat them. I mean, it's going to it will be repeated until a certain condition is met. Okay. So this is step 1. Step 2 is you will pick the 2 nodes or 2 entries from your table with the lowest frequencies. Okay, you'll create nodes for them. That means what you will do, which are the 2 entries with lowest frequencies. Once you have sorted this table, which are the 2 entries with the lowest frequencies? This A and I, right? So what you will do, you will create node for A and I. So तो आप कैसे लिखोगे? A/1 लिखोगे. A/1 मतलब A is the node and 1 is the frequency of occurrence. Second node कौन है? I slash उसका frequency 1 है, right? So from the frequency table, you will select 2 symbols S1 and S2. अभी S1 ये है, S2 ये है. ये कौन है? They are the symbols with the least frequencies, F1 and F2. This is F1, this is F2. Least frequencies. And then you will create nodes for S1 and S2. मतलब A और I के लिए आप nodes create करोगे. That is step 2. Step 3 क्या है? Combine S1 and S2 to create a new symbol S12 with frequency F1 plus F2. मतलब क्या? You're combining these 2 nodes to create a new node AI और AI का frequency क्या होगा? This one plus this one will be the frequency of your new node. Okay, so that is step 3. So what is step 3? Those 2 S1 and S2, those 2 nodes that you have created, you're going to combine them with a combined frequency of F1 plus F2. Clear? Yes. Now what you will do is, you will remove, अभी इनका नोड बन गया, जिनका नोड बन गया है उनको आप टेबल से निकालोगे. ओके, that means you will remove A and I from the table and you will insert whom back into the table? AI को वापस टेबल में इंसर्ट करोगे in such a way that the table remains sorted. मतलब अभी यहाँ पे A और I था, A और I को अपने टेबल से निकाल दिया और AI को आप वापस टेबल में इंसर्ट कर रहे हो. बट इंसर्ट कहाँ पे करोगे? In such a way that it is sorted. मतलब W ऑलरेडी है यहाँ पे जिसका फ्रीक्वेंसी 2 है, तो AI कहाँ पे आएगा? W के नीचे आएगा. समझ में आ रहा है सबको? समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? ओके, नाउ तो आप बनाओ ये टेबल, यहाँ तक का बनाओ. ड्रॉ दिस इन योर नोटबुक. Whatever we did till now, draw that in your notebook, everybody. नाउ व्हाट यू विल डू, अभी जो 3 स्टेप आपने किया वही आप रिपीट करोगे till there are no entry, till there is only one entry left in your table. You have to repeat the same 3 steps. 3 ही स्टेप किया है अभी हमने. क्या किया है, टेबल में से सबसे लीस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी वाला 2 एंट्री को सिलेक्ट किया, उनका नोट्स बनाया, उनको कंबाइन किया और उनको वापस टेबल में इंसर्ट किया, राइट. तो अभी नेक्स्ट आप किसका नोट्स बनाओगे, टी और डब्ल्यू का नोट्स बनाओगे और टी एंड डब्ल्यू को कंबाइन करोगे. एंड टी एंड डब्ल्यू का कंबाइन फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या होगा, 3 होगा. समझ में आ रहा है ऑनलाइन, ऑनलाइन पीपल?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So next you're going to repeat these steps until there's only one symbol left in the table. Okay, that means next I'll choose T and W. I'll combine them to make TW. और ये डायग्राम आपको पैरेलली साइड में बनाते जाना है. ओके, टेबल एक साइड में बनाते जाओगे और ये क्या, ये डायग्राम ऑल्सो साइड में आप बनाते जाओगे. सो you have to, when you're doing Huffman coding, you have to ensure that you have sufficient space in that page where you are doing this. Okay, तो एक साइड डायग्राम के लिए अलॉट करो और दूसरा साइड में टेबल रहेगा. नाउ AI एंड ओके TW, अभी क्या करना है आपको, वापस TW को इंसर्ट करना है टेबल में, करेक्ट. सो दिस इज हाउ योर टेबल विल लुक लाइक आफ्टर inserting TW back, correct? H and R के नीचे भी आप TW इंसर्ट कर सकते हो, it does not make any difference. Okay, now I'll not explain, you will continue this procedure until there is only one symbol left in your table. Okay, अब करो अपने नोटबुक में, take 2 minutes, everybody repeat the same 3 steps until there is only one symbol, one big symbol left in your table. Okay, and let me know once you're done.
Ma'am,
Bolo.
can we combine 3 at a time?
No, 2 nodes. 2 nodes at a time.
Okay.
2 nodes with the lowest frequencies in your table you can combine, and then you will remove those nodes from the table and you will re-enter the combined node into the table with the combined frequency. तो इसको डिलीट करना मत भूलो आप. When you're combining T and W, you have to remove T and W and then insert TW back into the table. Okay. तो ठीक है, ये मैं एक्सप्लेन कर देती हूँ, अगला वाला आपको आई विल गिव यू एज एन असाइनमेंट. ओके, हाँ कर रहे हो, अच्छा तो करो. हो गया, सबका हो गया. So step 4 is like this. In the next step, who are the smallest? Okay, 2 and 3 if you want you can combine. I mean AI and TW you can combine. So then you will get AITW, whose combined frequency is 5. Then you have to insert AITW back into the table. Okay, so we have inserted AITW back into the table. Next we'll combine H and R because H and R का frequency सबसे कम है. तो H and R को के लिए we'll create the nodes. And then we'll combine H and R to create HR. दिख रहा है ना सबको? HR का जो combined frequency वो है वो 6 है. Then we'll insert HR back into the table. When you're reinserting, keep in mind that it should be in sorted order only. Okay? अभी क्या? अभी next सबसे छोटा वाला space और AITW है. So we'll create nodes for space and AITW. आप कोई भी साइड ड्रॉ कर सकते हो. हाँ, जरूरी नहीं है कि ये साइड में ही ड्रॉ करना है. ये साइड में भी स्पेस को ड्रॉ कर सकते हो, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. So space and then we are combining space and AITW to form space AITW, जिसका combined frequency 9 है. Then we'll insert space AITW back into the table. Then we'll combine. Then we have to create node for E. HR is already there, right? HR is already there. So then we'll create a node for E and then we'll combine HR and E. It will form HRE with a combined frequency of 12. We will insert HRE back into the table. Then next we'll combine HRE and space AITW. Space AITW is already there, HRE is already there. So we'll just combine them to form our last node, which is space AITW HRE with a combined frequency of 21. So there is only one last entry left in your table with a combined frequency of 21. So till here, you have to repeat the same procedure. Did you all get the same answer? Okay. This order does not matter how you are writing. Okay. ये combined frequency. Huh?
Order does not matter.
No, everybody, this is one question where everybody can get a different answer, but the total frequency will remain the same for everyone. Okay? क्या मतलब?
मैम अगर
The number of bits which you are taking up will be same. Okay? Just that the code can be different. Okay, I'll show you. So once you get this tree, next what you are going to do is you will assign 0 to all left subtrees, all left links, and 1 to all right links. Okay, that means जो भी left link है वहां पे आप 0 assign करोगे, जो भी left child वाला link है वहां पे 0 डालोगे, और जो भी right child वाला link है वहां पे सब आप 1 डालोगे. So what does this mean? What is the code for space? Code for space is 0, 0. What is the code for A? Code for A is 0, 0, 0. What is the code for I? 0, 1, 0, 1. It will be your code for I. What is the code for T? 0, 1, 1, 0. 0, 1, 1, 0 will be the code for T. Code for W would be 0, 1, 1, 1. 0, 1, 1, right? H का कोड होगा 1000, R का 101 और E का 11. Okay, this code everybody can get a different code. Okay, that is okay. But ये जो total number of characters आ रहे हैं वो सबको same रहेगा. अभी तो पहले अभी आप बताओ now how many bits I'll take up to send this message over the network. A1 कहाँ? हाँ, इसका A0100 है, correct. Okay, now you tell me how many bits I'll require to transmit this message. अपना message क्या था? Hi there. अपना message क्या था? Hi there, where are we? This was our message, right? So सबका code हमें मिल गया है. How did we get the code? Once we construct the tree, we have to assign a 0 to the left child links and a 1 to the right child link. So whatever code you are getting to reach that particular node from the root node will be your code. अब अगला क्या करोगे? वो table में आप you will write the corresponding code beside that particular character. Okay? Now we need to estimate how many bits we will take up if we want to send this message, the same message using this variable length encoding. 26 है क्या? नहीं, 58 है. Frequency भी consider करना है ना. Hi there, where are we? H is coming how many times? H is coming 3 times. और H का कोड क्या है? H का कोड क्या है? 3 कैरेक्टर कोड है. तो how many bits for H? 3 into 3, 9. I is occurring how many times in your message? Only once. I का कोड क्या है? 4 bit कोड है. 1 2 3 4. So 1 into 4 plus next T. T का हाँ, T का occurrence 1 है और T is taking up 4 bits. So it is again 1 into 4 plus you have to go on adding like this. That means what you are doing? Frequency multiplied by the number of bits. इसका 2 bits है, इसका 4 bit है, इसका 4 bit है, 4 bit है, 4 bit है, 3 bit है, ये भी 3 bit है, ये 2 bit है. So basically you are multiplying this and then you are adding it up. जो आपको मिलेगा टोटल दैट वुड बी 58. बराबर? समझ में आ रहा है सबको? Those are online, respond. Azim, Shubham, Amol, Pratik, Bismita. Whoever is there, respond.
Yes,
Bismita,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
अभी अब बताओ फिक्स्ड लेंथ एनकोडिंग में हमें कितने बिट्स लगे थे? How many bits did we take up in fixed length encoding? कितने कैरेक्टर्स है टोटल? टोटल 21 कैरेक्टर्स है. 21 into 3 था क्योंकि एवरी कैरेक्टर 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 ऐसे एनकोड किया था हमने. तो 21 into 3, 63 bits we are taken up for sending this message. Now after doing Huffman encoding, what we have been able to do, we have been able to reduce the number of bits by कितना बिट्स का डिफरेंस है? 5 बिट्स का डिफरेंट है. ओके, दिस इज जस्ट अ स्मॉल मैसेज. So if it is a very huge message, you will be able to save the number of bits or save the memory more or save the storage more. This technique, हाँ, so this technique is called as Huffman coding technique. This is जो भी आपका जो JPG compression है, मतलब इमेज जब compression आप compress करते हो, in the background this technique is being used, Huffman coding. Okay, so Huffman coding is being used in a lot of compression techniques. Most popular example is your JPG compression technique. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? We are actually representing our data in the form of a tree and then doing it. So this is an application of tree data structure. Now I'll give you one example. अभी आप सब अकेले करोगे ये वाला and you'll give me the answer. Okay, this one, perform Huffman coding on Malayalam and give me the answer. Take 2 minutes. Perform Huffman coding on Malayalam and give me how many bits you will take up if you are doing fixed length encoding and how many bits you will take up if you are doing variable, that is if you are doing Huffman encoding. इसके लिए कितना बिट्स लगेगा और इसके लिए कितना बिट्स लगेगा, ये बताओ आप अभी मुझे जल्दी. 5 मिनट लो, डू इट ऑन योर ओन एंड देन गिव मी द आंसर. एल्गोरिथम समझ में आया ना सबको? क्या करना है? फर्स्ट यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट हाउ मेनी यूनिक कैरेक्टर्स आर देयर, राइट? उसको एक टेबल में इनलिस्ट करना है. द यूनिक कैरेक्टर्स यू हैव टू इनलिस्ट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ टेबल. If space is there, you have to consider space also, okay, in your string. Right now Malayalam mein there is no space, so you will have only the characters, alphabetical characters. Then in the next column you will enlist its frequency, how many times that character is occurring in your string. Then fixed length encoding, अगर आपके इसमें चार ही कैरेक्टर है तो आपको 3 बिट्स लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, 2 बिट से हो जाएगा ना. 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, right? तो पहले फिक्सड लेंथ एनकोडिंग करो, उसके बाद हफमैन एनकोडिंग करो। ओके, हफमैन एनकोडिंग में एल्गोरिदम क्या है? First, sort your table in ascending order. Then pick the two symbols with the lowest frequencies. Create nodes for them. Combine them. Remove the original nodes from your table. Reinsert the combined node back into the table. And then again repeat the same process until there is only one symbol left in your table. That is our algorithm. So the same algorithm you have to apply for this term, Malayalam. And then you'll give me the answer. I'll ask one of you to explain. Okay, so everybody genuinely solve this. Now there will be so many people who will leave the session. Hmm? Chetan will give me the answer for fixed length encoding and
Not me.
not you. I want somebody else. Nikita Kadam will give me the answer for variable length, that is Huffman coding. Okay, how many bits you are going to use? People have started leaving the meeting. Then wait. कौन सा है? ए है, एल है, एम है, वाई है, राइट। एक को मैंने अगर 0 0 0 1 0 1 1, तो ये कितना हुआ? ए का ऑकरेंस क्या है? ए इज कमिंग 1 2 3 4, ए इज कमिंग 4 टाइम्स। एल एल का कितना है? एल इज कमिंग 2 टाइम्स, एम इज कमिंग 2 टाइम्स and y is coming once, correct ना? तो ये कितना होगा? 4 into 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 1 into 2 ना? हाँ, कितना हुआ? 8 plus 4 12 plus 4 16 plus 2 18 है क्या? 18 है? यस। फिक्सड लेंथ, तो फिक्सड लेंथ एनकोडिंग के लिए 18 है, बराबर। ये फिक्सड लेंथ एनकोडिंग हुआ। अभी हमें करना है वेरिएबल, यानी कि हफमैन एनकोडिंग। हफमैन तो हफमैन में सॉर्टेड ऑर्डर में लिखना है हमें, एल एम वाई। सॉर्टेड मतलब पहले वाई ना, पहले वाई, करेक्ट। उसके बाद एल और एम का सेम है और ए, हाँ, तो वाई एक है, L2 M2 A4। अभी हम क्या करेंगे? y का नोड क्रिएट करेंगे, y/1। L का नोड क्रिएट करेंगे, L/2, और फिर उनको कंबाइन करेंगे, YL/3, बराबर। हाँ, अभी फिर हम हाँ, अभी हमें y और l को टेबल से निकाल के yl को रीइंसर्ट करना है। तो कहाँ आएगा? M2 yl 3 A4 बराबर? बराबर ना? मैं सही कर रही हूँ ना? हाँ, यस। अभी किसके लिए नोट्स क्रिएट करना है? yl तो ऑलरेडी है, m के लिए हम एक नोड क्रिएट करेंगे, m/। हाँ, अभी ml और yl को कंबाइन करेंगे तो ये क्या बन जाएगा? YLN/5 बराबर। अभी हम टेबल में yl और m को निकाल के a फर्स्ट आएगा और उसके बाद YLM5 आएगा बराबर। हाँ, अभी किसके लिए नोड क्रिएट करना है? a के लिए राइट, A/4 एंड देन विल कंबाइन दिस। तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? YLM/9 मिलेगा। ओके, हाँ। सो अभी ये क्या हो गया? दिस विल बिकम YLMA/9. That is it. Now there's only one entry left in your table, and so your process is complete. अभी कोड लिखना है ना? I'll redraw this tree again here. YLMA/9. YLM. Stop talking. Do it on your own. YLM/5. यहाँ पे A/4. यहाँ पे YL/3. This is Y/1. L/2. यहाँ पे M/2. Right? This is your diagram. Now what we have to do? Left link पे सब क्या देना है? 0. Right link पे क्या देना है? 1. बराबर। अभी आप कोड बताओ मुझे। Y का कोड क्या है? L का कोड है? Y का कोड क्या है? 000. L का कोड क्या है? 001. M का क्या है? 01. एंड A का क्या है? 1. कोड कैन बी डिफरेंट, बट आपका ये जो 9 आया वो सबको सेम आना चाहिए। हाँ, तो मतलब हाउ मेनी बिट्स विल टेक अप? Y का फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या है? Y का 1 है और Y का हाउ मेनी बिट्स इट्स टेकिंग अप? 3 बिट्स। अभी L का फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या है? 2 है और हाउ मेनी बिट्स इट्स टेकिंग अप? 3 प्लस M का फ्रीक्वेंसी 2, इट इज टेकिंग अप 2 बिट्स प्लस A का फ्रीक्वेंसी 4 into 1, तो टोटल कितना हुआ? 3 plus 6 9 plus 4 13 plus 4 17. So ये आंसर सबको सेम आएगा, 17. So you need 17 bits for transmitting it using variable length encoding, whereas for fixed length encoding you had 18 bits. तो इसमें ज्यादा ड्रास्टिक चेंज नहीं आया है, एक ही बिट का चेंज आया है. So this is how you perform Huffman coding. Okay, did everybody understand? Yes. So previous slide. I said code can be different, but your final answer will remain the same. Okay. तो एग्जाम में भी कोड आपका अलग अलग हो सकता है सबका, बट ये जो आंसर आपको आ रहा है 17 बिट्स, दैट विल बी सेम फॉर एवरीबॉडी. That might, because the code can be different depending upon which element you are choosing. Okay, and combining. तो हर एक अलग अलग एलिमेंट चूज करके आप कंबाइन करोगे तो आपका कोड अलग ही आएगा, बट फाइनल आंसर विल बी द सेम. तो आप एक काम करो, कल के लिए मिसिसिपी रिवर करके आओ. नो नीड टू इंक्लूड स्पेस. ओके, नो नीड टू इंक्लूड स्पेस एज अ कैरेक्टर. परफॉर्म हफमैन कोडिंग ऑफ मिसिसिपी रिवर एंड कम. ओके, सो एवरीबडी विल डू द हफमैन कोडिंग. अच्छा, यहाँ पे एक आई मिसिंग है. ओके, I'll write it here. Mississippi River. No need to consider space as a character. So you will do Huffman coding on Mississippi River and come tomorrow. One of you will give me the answer. ओके सबको सेम आंसर आना चाहिए फाइनल आंसर ओके
Yes, ma'am.
just a minute let me take the attendance okay those who have not marked your attendance mark your attendance in the chat window and then you can leave सबको समझ में आया ना हफमैन कोडिंग
Yes, ma'am.
मिला ना आंसर सबको आपका नाम क्या है ओम बलांजू योर नेम इज अमय अमय महाजन वलन वलंजू you are from which state Maharashtra only you were in the session right
Yes, I was.
you were logged in right I don't consider the attendance that you put on chat window I consider the other attendance only next lecture कौन सा है